Alright, welcome back everyone. Here we are on day 3 of the Magic Shop mini dollhouse build. I say this is, when I say mini, I mean really mini. There's just extremely tiny. Somebody called me out on this. I'm not sure. I didn't check to call copper. No, it's a single. It's a 1p. So somebody told me that might be a 2p, but it is a 1. There's. I say this just to show the scale of these pieces is, I think, probably about the smallest scale of something that I've even attempted to build. It's definitely presenting some challenges, but seems like it's gonna be a good looking build. It's gonna be fun figuring all the new tricks I'll need to make it work. But in the meantime, these guys can go back into the tray of tiny pieces until we need them again. And if you're new here, this is what I do. I buy these kits and build them step by step, mostly in real time. Get to see all my successes and all my failures and how I hopefully fix those inevitable failures as they come up. Upload daily and just trying to have a good time. We're not solving the world's problems, we're just building silly little models and having a bit of fun. If you've seen any kits or builds or sets you want me to take a shot at, feel free to drop in the comments. I'm always looking to add on to my list. And I've got the most intelligent audience on YouTube because y'all provide me with nothing but the best of options. So, here's our next piece, or all the pieces for our next piece anyway. I guess it's more appropriate to say. Let's see, got more scrolls and see, I forget. I actually pulled these last night because I was being ambitious and thinking I was going to do more than one. I think, pretty sure. I marked the ones with the marks were one set, and the ones without the marks were a different set. So, different uses for them, I guess. Okay. But, I guess, actually, first thing I'm going to do is make the door, because we got to do some, first thing, we got to, whatever this thing is being repurposed from, we got to uncombine it, make it two pieces. So hoping I can get it to just pop apart. Go on that seam. May have not been a good idea. Okay, there it went. Not exactly even. And somehow we're supposed to cut that little ring in half. So even if cutting it's not even really the big issue, finding it after I cut it. So let's get you in here. And okay, got the piece. Of course, now the next trick is not losing the piece. But that is supposed to be our door handle, so I'm just going to want to do that first just to get it out of the way. We're supposed to glue it down right about there. Let me actually, I just lost it for a second. Let me put it over here. Okay, and it is steel because it's being attracted to my semi-magnetic tweezers. Oh yeah, get on my super glue nozzle. Definitely needing that. And actually, something that light, I bet I can do. Let's do the B7000 because it's a little more instantly sticky. And make sure I'm on the right side of the door. Got the little decorative bottom part. And that's just way too much. Okay, so let's not do the super glue, and, or not do the B7000. Okay, I think the consistency of the B7000 would probably be better for this, but I don't see any way to reduce the volume. Let's see. Good. I'm going to put you on. Ooh. Go up here. Yeah, show up on that one a little better. Okay, so let's get our super glue and our nozzle in place. the least dab on there that I can. Okay. Now the next trick can be hopefully these tweezers aren't magnetized. Let's see if I can get that there. And they are magnetized, of course. In theory, this thing's supposed to be standing up. Okay, so I'm about to glue myself to it, but I've got it standing up for the moment. And I didn't even glue myself to it, and it stood up. Okay. I'm shocked and amazed, and if you can't tell from my voice, that usually doesn't work for me. So, very gingerly set you aside, and hope you stay standing up. Okay. Next, I'm going to make a book. So these guys, that's another one of those we'll have to see how this works. Situations. I think I've got a plan. First thing I'm going to do, run a score line down the middle of my pages here. Hopefully. Get fairly close to it. Which one? Okay, supposedly this is our front page because it's got the bottles on it. I can see those. We're supposed to get that. Then sort of started on the bend. Okay. Now, just to figure out. Gotta figure out a way to make them trying to okay, I think I've got something here. Maybe. I got this thing. Just give me the least little amount, well not a least little amount, but a little bit of little puddle here. Center book tweezers because I'm not going to just graze that. Get this picked up before the glue dries. I'm a little crooked, but I got it in there. Okay. Now, same thing with this one. Just really go in there. Touch it. Hard part is picking up the other. Down there. Okay, that worked. So, somewhat of a relief. We got us a. I probably actually showed up better on that than this. Let's see if I can get it to stand up. Let's see, we got all the pages are fanned out. When we really glue it down, we'll have those extra. Yeah, I think this one's, yeah, it's still separated there on the end. So I got 6 pages and they're almost lined up. Not perfect, but I'm good with that. Okay, set you back there next to the door. Bit of a relief. Now, making test tube racks. So I've got 2 wires. And I want, I'll use one later on. Which one do I use later on? I can use the longer one later on, so I want the shorter one now. This. Get my little fancy schmancy curly Q wire doodios. And yeah, that's not quite that much of an angle. Okay, I guess a regular pliers would be better for this. Regular pliers, I guess, is more appropriate. Let's see. I don't think so. I don't think you're. Nope. Got greedy with it, so I have to undo. Okay, that one looks a little closer. Now we got to make some test tubes. Which are, let's see here. These guys are going to be turned into our test tubes. So let me get my X-Acto out, and we cut. I can't see that. That's too visible in there. Let me grab a cutting board. I think it should show up on this. Okay, so we're taking off our funnel spout on one. And then we cut it in half after that. So right there looks good. That's going to be 2 test tubes. And this one we just cut in half because we're going to have a funnel. We're going to save the top part for a funnel later on. That seems about right. Maybe a little bit short on that last test tube, but okay. Now, so you and these 3 are test tubes. These are supposed to all 3 just go along here. So back to the super glue. See if I can do. Spread a little vein across it. That would have been better. I do not know why that happened. Stick. Okay, that's not ideal here. Down for a few seconds, maybe get. Nope. Okay, can I get a whole thing too? Okay, you're not cooperating. Okay. New plan. I guess I'm gonna try my new toy out. I've moved to cordless hot glue gun. It sort of supposedly fires up in 15 seconds once they both turn blue. Okay, I still got 3. Okay. I don't. In theory, this is a nice precision grip, precision tip. We'll find out. Okay, I got 2 blue lights, so let's see if I can get the least amount of glue ever on there. Just the extra on there was enough. I'm gluing myself to everything. Trying to turn it off. Alright. Before it does dry. I don't know how to. Okay, finally got to turn it off. There's one little drip on the table. Clean that up right quick. Okay, but it appears to have done the trick, and it's, I don't know if it's the hot glue or the super glue that glued it down, but it's connected. But there they are from behind. Not too bad. Set you up with my other 2 pieces there. There's a fly buzzing around here, and every time I see it, I can't react quick enough to get rid of it. Okay. Now, back to work. Okay, so I'm gonna go here. Loop on this one, it says. So I'm gonna wrap and then just bend it around with a little hole in there. And it down like that. And that's where our little funnel dealio is supposed to go. I actually closed it up too much. Wasn't expecting that. Let's see if I can do this without drawing any blood. Not open it up any. Oh. That had to do it. Yeah, there we go. So we got that. Oh, that. Okay. And that looks like I'm going to take a little bit off the tip of my funnel there, so that's going to go too far. So let me see if I can do that right now. Just okay, that's better. Up there. Okay, now we're officially where we're making the door. So now we get to make our table. So here, table legs. And wants to go. Okay, I was getting overconfident. I was already starting to look ahead, but I forgot I've still got to make some scrolls and actually mount this stuff into place. So that's probably going to be, this probably will be all for tonight. Okay, so let's get a table legs ready to go. And you can see there where I tried to hot glue my glue gun to the super glue. Managed not to burn through. And now get you fairly close to the end, hopefully somewhat square. Okay. Do have a little curvy side on the table, so I need to make sure I got that as my front side. Sure. Alright. Got ourselves a table. I think I can build on that. Okay. Let's see. We're supposed to make 3 curly scrolls. Mount these guys on the table. I'm going to mount these guys on the table before I make 3 curly scrolls, I think. Okay, so let's see if I can get hold of stuff here. Okay. So, done lost one. Okay, that doesn't surprise me. Let's see. Try something else, because I think it's a hot glue. It's too. I think I'll feel. Not destroying everything. Okay. Let's see. Let me try. That's the thing I got this. Okay. I got another. It worked so good with the super glue. Let's see if I can do it with the B7000 from you. There. I can just dab it in there a little bit. Will this be sticky enough for these guys to? Oh. Okay. Maybe. Quit dropping them. Let me get that pair of tweezers out here. Okay, that seems to be working. Let me set you down. I guess I can clean that up. Or set it down in there. You here? Where am I going to put you? Over here, off to the side. Okay, and let's work on something else. Okay, so it says that's not the leftover piece. This piece. And this guy is supposed to get these ears to come off here fairly close anyway. Reasonable. Now, that guy supposed to go about right here. So I'm gonna go, I think I will go with the B7000 on this. And stop this thing. I can't. Just, yeah. That sort of bridge in my glue, maybe. Okay. And our funnel. Got tail of that is supposed to go into that little hole, so that might work. That is what I've already got there. Nope. I made the arm way too long. It's supposed to land over top of the... Okay, I just pulled everything off there. Okay, so obviously I need to let you get set up. So let me roll up some scrolls out. Okay. Piece of wire. Actually, with them, so I found I didn't even need that wire, didn't I? Okay. So, get you going inside. Okay. Okay, that one was very cooperative, rolled right up for me. Yeah, I guess I sort of looked at the scale of the picture, and I guess that is about right. These are smaller scrolls than the other ones. Okay, and that, actually I can put those in, they get stacked up over here. I think, I missed him again, almost had it. I think if I put the creases down on the top two, then the glue should be ready to go. I shouldn't have to add extra glue. That's my thought anyway. Okay, so just do a little bit more on this end. Get the crease going down, ease it into the glue. this one. And then the third one, we're doing a triangle stack. So the third one goes in the middle here, so same sort of thing. Air bubble. Okay, that went. Okay. Got that going. Now our little book goes sort of leaning up against them, sort of like so. So I'm just going to put another bead glue along that bottom one and try and get it to sort of cooperate with what I'm all the way down. Oop. Okay, just so. A little pressure up and get the. This one. Stand up. Your table, you're supposed to be flat. Okay. Move that out a little bit. Try and get those pictures shown. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Now, let's see. I think this one. Okay, I didn't glue that in, so let's just pop you out. So kind of move this down slightly. Just want to get it close. Ooh, now it's actually sticking good. Just had to give it a second to. And just like I did last night, I'm going to drop a super glue on top of that. Hope it does what I want it to do. Okay. Alright. I'm going. I guess it's looking okay. I'm worried about getting the test tubes in place back there, and see if I can get my funnel back in. I'm gonna wait till the end to put my funnel back in place. I'm gonna leave it there where it's nice and visible, I hope, or as visible as something that size ever is. Okay. Got our test tube rack. Not much room to work with here, so they're supposed to go forwards like so. Oh, do we try super glue first, or we go? Yeah, it's going on to wood, so I guess give the super glue the first shot. It is the most rigid. Okay, I thought I had to drive the wet bit there, I didn't. And you want to make contact and hold. Almost. Ah. Okay, just can't get enough sliding around, I can't get pressure on it. It's hanging on to my tweezers. Okay. third try is going to be the charm. I think I need to put those on last after I got it in place here. I hope that'll work. I don't know if there's any glue left on there. Oh, I missed an edge. That might have given me a little reinforcement. Okay. These are definitely got some sticky on. Stick back. No, it's not gonna work. Okay. Thought we were almost there. Okay. This one's still pretty wobbly. Okay, let me think. Do I go something little like it? I think that's at the back, so I can probably get away with the hot glue on the feet. I'm pretty well got glue all over this thing now. Okay, so let's turn you on. Give it these 15 seconds to supposedly warm up, and something to glue over the top of. Okay. Put my fingers right next to the red hot nozzle. Let's creep that a little. There we go. That should be. Okay. Standing up anyway. And about $2 worth of glue on it. Yeah, it wasn't that bad, I think. Oh yeah, that, and as of right now, I think it was $29, and it's got like a $6 coupon going on right now. So, you know, Ezark. And so far so good. I don't expect the battery to last a long time, because that generating heat is extremely power consuming, so it probably won't hold the charge for a long time, but for small projects like I generally do, I think it'll be alright. Okay, now, let's go back to a puddle of glue here. See how bad this works. Drop it again. I did. Against it. And you got strings everywhere. I'm okay with it resting on the table, just as long as you go on there. Matter of fact, I think that's what I'm aiming to do at this point. Tap the glue on the bottom, ease you down onto the table, and let go of the tweezers. Okay, so I'm gonna, and then I almost forgot our funnel. pin point? That's a quick question. No, it's not. It's a conspiracy. They're working against me. Okay. To that, maybe. Maybe not. Blade in there. Spread it. Well, it does appear to be at least glued to the table, so that's something. Okay, now let me try bracing underneath it. Something to push against. Nope. Okay. Take you off and put you back on. Okay. Back in. Please have enough stickum left to stay. It did. Okay. Whew. Okay, that was a traumatic experience, but it completes our experiment table. I'll get hold of that. This is, I'll get all our strings up underneath that. I saw them on camera. But there we go. That was another day of not a lot of progress. Okay. I think tomorrow we should be able to get 2 pieces done. Maybe 3. Looks like those 3. Yeah. Yeah, we might get 3 pieces done tomorrow. It looks like they're pretty straightforward. There's nothing extremely fiddly like this stuff has been. So I'm optimistic about getting, like I said, getting more substantial progress. But I am also pleased with how this turned out. I think it looks really good for, like I said, for the scale. I can't, you know, there's my, you know, it literally fits on a quarter with room all the way around. So this is a, I am definitely not used to using this tiny of a scale of stuff, and it's coming together very nicely, I think. So I'll bring out my tray of tiny pieces and let you join your brothers and sisters. And that table is not one to play nice. But I'm going to call that a night because that's very much stressful enough. Thanks for watching, everybody. Like, subscribe, comment, complain, share. Do whatever you want to with all of that. Be good to one another. Stay safe. And click on a link. There's my channel up there if you'd like to subscribe. There's my other channel where you can see me fail at experiments the last couple of weeks. Over here is what YouTube thinks you should be watching, and that is the playlist for this whole build. See you tomorrow.